On to the gender wars topics. The topics that start gender wars on social media. Matthew, is it acceptable to take a woman on a date to the Cheesecake Factory?
A date? Yes. A first date? Maybe not.
Okay, maybe not for the first
Yeah,
date.
maybe not for the first date. So with that whole thing, I felt like what she said wasn't the worst part about it. It was how she said it. Because of course, depending on how you say things, people gonna respond a certain way. If you say it and people feel like it's giving snootiness and all of this other stuff, they're gonna feel offended.
Right.
We all have had situations where because somebody has said something in a certain type of way, you've gotten really offended for it. And
Right.
they may not have meant to, like, for you to be offended. It's just that the way it came out and the way that you received it just end up making it totally blow up.
Okay. But
we take into account, like, we're going someplace. Like, you think about certain type of restaurants. They're family restaurants. They're family places. People taking their kids, younger kids and the other larger groups are going. It might not be the most intimate place that you would want to take first date.
like the Cheesecake Factory is family friendly, so it may not be the most
family
intimate because
friendly.
it's more.
Yeah,
Okay.
Babies crying over there, some kid getting all out of hand and stuff like that. You don't know exactly how your service is going to be. Somebody could have been having a bad day, even though that could happen at any restaurant too, but it may be more likely to happen at a less upscale facility because they know that this basically high-end place, they have a certain reputation to uphold.
To uphold at a higher end place. Okay.
Right, rather than like at a family restaurant and everything like that. No shade or anything to the family restaurants and stuff. It's great for date night.
When you've been with your woman, what you saying? When you've been with your woman for a while,
Right, yeah,
and y'all got a rapport with each other, y'all established,
Yeah.
then you can take her there. But you saying for the first date,
For the first date, a lot of times people want something a little more one-on-one, something a little more quiet, something maybe a little more relaxing, a little more intimate. Intimacy does not always mean in a sexual way either.
Right.
It just means something that's just deeper in connection. So like something where it's much more quieter, tables spaced out more, maybe a more secluded area where, there's not a lot going on. I get that she said that she didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory for a first date because maybe she was expecting a more intimate situation. But the way that she delivered it,
you think she just wanted us to be on some baller type stuff? The way she delivered it, or what?
I don't know because I'm not in that type of. I'm not in her.
I mean,
position,
of course.
But the way that she delivered it definitely would have definitely would have like ticked some people off because it just makes it seem like, is it too good for you? Like, maybe if she would have put a little more explanation behind what's her reasoning behind you not wanting to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Is it just because, this and that, which gives snooty, high maintenance and all this stuff? Or is your reasoning behind it because you want something a
intimate?
little more, yeah,
Is it because you want to be?
more-
Is it because you want somebody to drop a whole lot of bread on you on the first date, or is it because you just want a more intimate setting? I don't think that woman's Matthew. I don't think she cared about an intimate setting. I think she wanted to feel like a dude was balling on her and spending top dollar. All right.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna say what she was trying to do, but I do know one thing:
Right.
the delivery.
It wasn't bad.
Delivery did it for me.
Yeah, I ain't taking you nowhere at that point.
All the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You got to go home.
yeah. Because they've done polls of like great places to take for a first date. Some people said like a speakeasy bar where it's not like super loud, and the only reason they said that is because y'all right there next to each other, y'all able to talk, converse, probably get a little like a light bar snack and a drink. They didn't say movie theaters aren't good. It's too noisy.
They said movie theaters aren't good.
Aren't good for first dates. It's too noisy. Your attention is supposed to be focused not on each other,
On the film.
On the film, right? First date places, perfect first date places, are supposed to be something where you still getting to know the person. That's the whole reason for a first date. You still want to get to know the person. So if you want to get to know the person, you're gonna ask questions. Maybe you might want to drink or two between, the both of you. Maybe you might want a meal to, help the time go by, because nobody's just gonna sit there in front of each other and just talk the whole time. So you'll play some food, play some drinks, but not have a lot of stuff going on around you.
Right. Okay, so where have you taken a woman on a first date before? I'm gonna put you up in this.
I haven't had a first date in a minute, but I have been talking about a first date with somebody, and I had recommended a jazz bar.
Jazz bar.
Yeah, so
that's player.
Man, but it wouldn't be too loud, wouldn't be too much stuff.
It's
going
smooth
on.
setting.
Yeah,
real
smooth setting.
Smooth, little elegant, a little bit. Yeah.
The atmosphere there is
grown folks.
Let's get to know.
Grown folks. Let's talk. You're right.
Yeah.
It's an atmosphere where you all can have a conversation and can really develop a knowledge of each other and accept all of that. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some where you can also still kind of feel safe and everything. That's one of the most.
Would you go bowling
ones.
on the first date with a girl or no?
It depends on.
So it's a family space.
It depends on the time of day. It definitely depends on the time of day.
What do you mean by that?
Bowling alley be empty at certain times. It's like going to saying going to the club would be a bad comparison, but a lot of the nightlife, a lot of the stuff happens around the nightlife. So if you go at certain times, like right before leagues happen, this is what research comes in.
Okay, right before the bowling leagues go down.
Right before the bowling leagues, they're trying to clear a lot of people out. You can kind of say like, hey, look, I just want to get into a nice little environment, just me and this person, 1 or 2 games, and we gonna cut right out. That's what big man stuff. Big man moves come in where you start, politicking with the people on like, all right, look, I only want like an hour of y'all time in here. I'm not gonna stay for long. It's just me and somebody else. We're gonna be, in and out. I understand y'all got a league going on. Is it possible y'all can fit us in real quick? And then go ahead and make your moves and stuff.
Right. Okay. So Cheesecake Factory is good once y'all been together for a minute or y'all kind of know each other already.
Yeah,
that's date night type.
Nice date night place. It's
not
nice
first date.
Night place. First date place. depending on the woman, and let's face it, some guys, you should have paid attention enough to know where you can take this person or not.
Okay.
Even if it's a first date. Me personally, we can't go out until I know exactly how, in a certain sense, you are. We may hang out or meet up first before I actually initiate like a first date, because now I'm taking you out on my time instead of us coming together on our time.
Okay.
First date means I'm planning pretty much everything right there. So it's pretty much on my time as far as how I'm setting everything up. Where did you get these batteries from?
Oh, wow. Let me see that, Amara. Guess I can see that. Thank you. Where did they come from?
That's what I'm saying. If y'all meeting up, it's like, okay, nah, today's not a good time. This not a good time. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna grab this table first. I'm gonna do this. But first date, it's like, all right, are you free this day? Okay. Make sure you don't have anything else planned. for that afternoon. I'm taking you out. We're gonna go here. This is what the dress code is gonna be. You know, everything else is up to you. I'm gonna set a reservation for this time, and I'm gonna pick you up at this time.
I got you.
That's all of that stuff is on your time. All you gotta do is, you know, the only question that you pretty much gotta ask her is, when will you be free? Like, is this day a good day for you? Once you get that notification of it being a yes,
You in the clear.
yeah, you in the clear. It's on your time. Now it's time for you to start. Well, you should have already researched places on where you could potentially.
But you saying ultimately you need to understand what woman you dating and know that woman to see if the Cheesecake Factory is something that she would be.
Right, like maybe she wouldn't mind the Cheesecake Factory as a first date.
But you got to know that woman and see what type of woman you dealing with.
Maybe she ain't Cheesecake Factory material. Like, it's and that ain't even no shade to that. Like, I mean, I've went to...
You going to the cheesecake though, Matthew?
What you mean, like if a girl?
No, I'm saying you like the cheesecake. You would go to you ain't above the Cheesecake Factory though.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
We go anywhere with good food and a good reputation. It ain't gotta be a lavish reputation. If it's got a good reputation and some good food, I'm going.
For sure.
I'm definitely going. I'm not too bougie with it because I'm not focused on what's around me. I'm focused on you, man.
There you go.
So it's like,
So
you take me.
So there you go. She need to be focused on the dude at hand rather than the ambiance. But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. That was a good answer.
You go to a real high upscale place. You only trying to impress other people, not your date.
There you go.
That's really what's on your mind, like all the time.
You trying to impress other people. You want, and then the girl might want other people to know that this dude took her out to this high-end restaurant to flex to the friends.
Could be. I'm not trying to say anybody's being that way, but I'm
gonna say it for you.
There is a potential for some people to have that type of mindset where